Hello, everyone. Welcome to episode 16 of Your Take, My Take by John and Jacob. I'm John.
I'm Jacob.
And today we wanted to talk about and wrap up the NFL draft that just happened a few weeks ago. We wanted to give you our take on who we believe had the best draft, who we believe did some bad drafts, and also about the Detroit Lions and the Arizona Cardinals. And so, as tradition, we're going to start off with a coin flip. So, Jacob, go on in there.
Tails.
It's tails.
Yes.
Who do you want?
You can go first.
All right. Well, good. Well, I'll go first. I'm always happy to go first. Well, the team that I think that drafted the best is the Miami Dolphins. I think the Miami Dolphins, got a lot of draft equity again, and they also were able to get needs that they have. They need playmakers, and they got probably the best playmaker in Jaden Waddle. Waddle from Alabama is fast. He's quick. He can take a 5-yard slant or a 5-yard out and take it to the house. And that's what they need because right now Tua hasn't shown the ability to throw it deep. He's shown the ability to have quick reads. And with Waddle, first of all, they're familiar with each other. They were former teammates, but also he's that explosive. And also, I believe that their other picks that they picked up, every single pick in their first 5 picks they had, I think are going to be either starters or contributors on their team. The fact that they were able to get Phillips in the end of the first round, he's probably one of the highest grade edge rushers in this team. He's long, he's lanky, and he's very athletic. And so I think he's going to contribute well on passing downs. They also got the safety from Oregon. I believe he's going to contribute right away, either as a nickelback or also in the special teams. But I also like the lineman they got from Notre Dame. He was rated pretty high as an offensive tackle. He's going to contribute. He's definitely going to be on the depth chart. I don't know if he'll start right away, but the fact that you're able to get contributors in the 4th round and Hunter Long from Boston College, the tight end over there, he's also going to contribute. So the first 5 picks, if you get contributors, starters of the first 5 pick, I consider that to be a very strong draft. So that's why I think Miami got the best overall grade in my book. The worst grade, I believe, is the Houston Texans. The Houston Texans didn't have very many picks, and it was because they made terrible trades in the past, and they weren't able to get the first and second round picks. Based upon their roster, they need as many players as they can get in the draft, and instead, I think they only got 4 or 5. Yeah. And in the first pick, they picked up a quarterback that I don't believe will even start, and probably will be a third-string quarterback, and so he's not even going to contribute this year. They have Nico Collins, but they made, again, a questionable trade to trade up to get him. I was never really high on Nico. I've seen him play a lot since he's from Michigan, but the fact is he's always hurt, and I think there's better and more productive receivers that they could have gotten for him. So again, the Houston Texans are in a lot of trouble, and I think they got the lowest grade. The biggest hit, or the team that I was most proud of to see them making moves was Chicago Bears in the first round. I talked about it earlier. I think they saw a franchise quarterback. They went up and got him in Justin Fields. I think they knew he wasn't going to come to them in the mid rounds, and so they traded up to get him. The biggest miss, again, revolves around Justin Fields is the Broncos had their chance to get a franchise quarterback. They blew it. They ended up getting a corner. I don't know why they even wanted Surtain, but they got a corner in the first round when they saw Fields right there. He slipped to them. I don't know why they wouldn't pick him up. Instead, they would get a corner, and instead they're going to trust Drew Lock, who's never been healthy and shown much, and then Teddy Bridgewater. Bridgewater's about to get knocked out again. Yeah. I mean, it's questionable why. I mean, it's a big swing and miss. If you don't draft a franchise quarterback when you have an opportunity to draft a franchise quarterback, and the Broncos definitely missed. In terms of the Detroit Lions, I think they got the 2nd or 3rd best overall grade in my opinion. Not just because I'm a Detroit Lions fan, but because they recognized it needed help everywhere, and they started inside out. They got the best offensive tackle in the draft in Penny Sewell, and then they drafted 2 very good defensive tackles, one as a nose guard and one as an edge rusher. But both of those guys are contributing. Also in the 3rd round, they got one, I believe, a very underrated corner from Syracuse. What's his name?
Malfano.
He's 6'4" and he's fast.
Yep.
I mean, that's what corners are going for right now. We also, in our very last pick, got the Pac-12 leading rusher in Jefferson. I mean, we got quality players from 1 through 7. And so the fact that the Lions were able to get talent, which they need, obviously. Every single one of those guys are either going to start or contribute. So, again, the Detroit Lions, I believe, did very well. The Cardinals, I think a lot of people were upset that they believe Collins would kind of reach a 16. We could have probably traded down and got him down in the first round. But you know what? I think he's going to start. I think he's going to do well. He's going to give every opportunity to go. He's got the physical tools. And he's got the pedigree. I mean, he won all of the defensive awards for college last year because he's fast, he's big, and he goes after the ball. And so I think he's not a bad pick. And the fact that we also got help in our DBs, and I really love the Rondell Moore pick. I think he's going to be a great slot, or at least a contributor on the punt returns and the kickoffs. And so I think Rondell Moore is going to be a good pickup for us too. So again, that's my take. I think the Cardinals got a solid B+. I give that Lions an A, and I give the Dolphins an A+. What do you think?
So the team I thought did the best was the LA Chargers. I would give them an A+. Last season they showed a lot of promise, but they needed offensive lineman help. So in the draft they got an offensive lineman who I believe is the number 2 best offensive lineman, Rashawn Slater. In college he manhandled Chase Young like that one game, and that's all his highlights. But I think he's a really good offensive tackle or offensive guard, but he's going to be pretty good. They also got Asante Samuel in the second round, who I thought was going to be a first-round pick, but they got him in the second round.
Almost came to the Cardinals.
I know, he got sniped. He was like 3 picks in front of us, but yeah, the worst pick I thought, or the worst draft team that had the worst player was Alex Leatherwood, 17 to the Raiders. He had third round grades by Mel Kiper and Todd McShay, and they picked him up at 17 the first round. They could have easily traded back and got more and still drafted him. I don't know why they do this every year. They pick a system player that they like, but I think they did the worst. They picked a lot of really questionable players, and they always do this. The Detroit Lions, I thought, did really well.
Are they number 1?
No, the number 2.
Oh, number 2. Okay.
I thought the Chargers are number 1.
Okay.
But the Lions just got better. They got a better offensive line, better defensive line, and they got a better receiver. I also like...
Oh, I forgot what receiver. He's actually really good, too.
Amon St. Brown or something.
Yes.
He's a big athletic receiver that they needed because Galladay, or the guy that played 2 games and hates us now, he's the worst receiver. I hope he...
Kenny Galladay?
Yeah.
Easy on the hate, easy.
I hope he gets... Well, he will get hurt next season and not play a lot. Cardinals...
Jacob will still draft him in the fantasy football league, though.
No, I traded for him, and I traded Keenan Allen for him. And Keenan Allen had a great
that's a big
year.
mistake, but go ahead.
I know, but Cardinals did really well. I liked all of the picks besides Zaven Collins. I feel like we could have traded back and got him still. But I like Rondell Moore. He's a freak of nature. He might be 5'7", but he could squat 600 pounds.
5'7" is about your height?
No, I'm legit 5'10", 5'11".
Well, you can't say you're a legit something range. Either you're 5'10" or 5'11". Choose one.
I'm gonna say I'm 5'10", but with shoes on, I'm 5'11".
I would have went for 5'11".
I want to be honest with you guys. But with my hair, I'm like 6'5".
All right.
But I like Rondell Moore. He also ran a 4.29. He has a 43.5 inch vertical.
It's about my range.
Yeah, right.
But go ahead.
I also like the corners we picked that are both big, athletic, and fast. Marco Wilson and Tay Gowan. I believe they'll get really early chances to prove themselves this season because we are really struggling there still, and I really do like them. One played at Florida and one played at UCF, not USC, but
Florida players are athletic.
Yeah,
I'll give
Florida.
you that.
He's the guy that threw the helmet, or no, the shoe for no reason.
That was Marco Wilson.
Yeah, Marco Wilson.
Jacob, you remember in the earlier episode I suggested that the Cardinals, if they can't get one of the top corners or a quarterback, not quarterback, but if they couldn't get one of the top receivers or corners, that I suggested that we traded back and get more draft equity, and you laughed at me and you said no. But now you're saying they should have done that.
Well, I thought more people were going to be open there. I thought if that happened, we probably were going to trade up, but we didn't even trade up. We stayed there and got a Zaven Collins, who's a not even a late round first pick.
He was graded. He was graded late first round.
Yeah, but apparently he is a riser, but I don't know about him. And yeah.
Okay. Well, overall, I think the draft was exciting. Like I said, I think the draft is one of those things that we always get excited about because it's the future. And we hope that at least some of these guys stick and some of these guys produce and become superstars. I think Penny Sewell is going to be a superstar, and I hope he does. And if Collins is as good as the Cardinals think he is, then that's going to really help our defensive unit, which I think our linebackers struggled last year. And so we're excited to see how these rookies pan out. That is our take on the NFL draft. Again, this is episode 16 of Your Take, My Take by John and Jacob. I'm John.
I'm Jacob.
And we'll see you guys soon.